Hello everybody. Welcome back to another video on my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are not new here, welcome back. It's been 4 years, I should be so much better at this by now. So in this week's video, we're going to be talking about the e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer. Now, for quite a long time, I have been using the mattifying putty primer. I kind of loved and hated it. Applied my makeup onto it, it was fine, and made my makeup last all day long. It was just weird the way that it applied. But I finished that one right up, literally scraping the tub, and then I saw that they brought this out. Can I just start by saying it's bright green? Like bright green, which first of all, if you are somebody that has acne, you will probably know about color correcting. Green cancels out the red tones in your skin. For example, with rosacea, or if you do have like angry acne, green tone concealer can really help. But one of the main reasons why I wanted to try this so badly was for some reason I kept getting little breakouts and stuff. Really annoying, just bugged me so much. I didn't know if it was because I wasn't wearing any makeup and my mask was kind of like making my skin play up, or whether or not it was to do with like my brushes, or I don't know, it was hot, so my face is getting sweaty, like so gross, but is what it is, you know? So I thought I would give this a go, and like with any skincare / makeup product like this, you do need to test it over a period of time. For skincare, I tend to test stuff over the course of a few weeks to a month, just because my skin will love something for like the first few times I use it, then it will kind of get used to it, then it will either reject it or it will just completely like become immune. I really hope I'm not the only person that happens to, because it's so annoying the amount of products I waste because that happens. It's just like my skin either hates it or just fights it. But yeah, for the last couple of weeks I have actually been testing this out. I've worn makeup pretty much every single day apart from the week. I'd say I maybe wear it 5 out of the 7 days a week. And I started using this at the end of May. As you can see, there is a bit of a dent in it. So I'd like to say I'm very confident in the fact that I have definitely test drove this quite a lot. So I'm going to start out with the basics, like where I got it from when I was buying it. So I actually purchased this directly from the e.l.f. website. Retails for £9 in the UK. But yeah, I picked this up, and then whilst I was on the website, I saw something that in my head was revolutionary. There's actually a brush that goes with this. Obviously, I know that you could probably use any brush to apply your primer with, like most people have like a stippling brush or something like that. I did not know. Also, I don't know, does anyone, what's this hook thing at the end? Like, hello, what do you do? I thought maybe this was to scoop out the product, but actually I just put the brush into the pan and like I said, I used the putty primer for a long ass time, and the one thing that I didn't get on with was the way that it settled on my skin. So I was a little bit worried that that was going to happen with this. Now I understand why it didn't settle. It's because I didn't use the brush, okay? The brush actually makes such a difference when it comes to application. When I was applying the putty primer and when I applied this primer without using the brush, you can probably see just a very minor dent just here from where I scraped it with the back of my nail the first time. I applied it onto my skin and my makeup just did not sit right on my face. It just didn't. The makeup wasn't like blending into my skin, it was kind of sitting on top and just like moving around. It was not a good look. Like, it wasn't even that full coverage of a foundation, because I know sometimes with full coverage foundations it can kind of not sit well on your skin if your skin's not prepped properly. Sometimes, guys, application is everything, and I really feel like with this product you do need to use either this brush or something similar to apply it, because when I put the brush into the pan of the product and then applied it onto my skin, it applied like a completely different product. It was smooth, it like melted into my skin and blended in super well. It left kind of like a sheer, just slight glow to my skin. It didn't dry down or anything, it just kind of stayed like a bit tacky, and it looked like it was hydrating as well as prepping my skin. Sometimes I find that mattifying primers mattify your skin too much the other way, and then it sucks all the moisture out your skin and then your foundation doesn't go on well. Sometimes there is such a thing as too many mattifying products in one go. I feel like maybe this thing is so you can scoop out some product, maybe put it onto the back of your hand and then rub it from there, just to kind of maybe stop contamination of the product. Sometimes if you have like open spots and things like that, you put a product directly onto your face and maybe dip back in. I don't tend to do that usually. I'll do one kind of like swill of the pan and then that's enough for my entire face. So yeah, really love the brush. You could probably use any kind of like fluffy-ish, domed-ish kind of brush to apply this product with. I was a little bit worried that it was going to leave a green cast on my skin, but literally it just went clear. Didn't dry down into the skin, had a really nice kind of like slightly tacky base ready for my foundation. I have like a combination more oily skin type where I try to use more of a fuller coverage foundation as well as a mattifying one. The one I'm using at the moment is the Maybelline Stay Active Wear foundation and I love it. I've bought 4 bottles of it now, and I really like it. It just goes really well with my skin. But yeah, my foundation just went on beautifully over the primer. It sits really well. I did use a different foundation as well, and the results were absolutely the same. Like, just took to the foundation like they were meant to be together forever. Soulmates. Maybe a twin flame, depending on what your skin's doing on the day. In terms of the wear of my foundation, it did last pretty well. Like, it helped keep my makeup on most of the days when I was wearing masks. It has been mega hot over the last few weeks. It's also been really cold too. Like, the UK is having a moment at the minute, like a proper magic moment, you know? Seemed to help lock in my makeup and keep it all together. Obviously, I am very naturally oily skinned, so there was a little bit of oiliness breakthrough on my foundation, mainly always around my like nostril area, on my chin and on my forehead, but mainly around my nose is where I get the most oily. Even then, when I was like tapping my skin with like tissue paper and stuff like that to like kind of suck up the oiliness, the makeup still stayed in place really well. Like, there wasn't really any like smudging, there wasn't any rub away or anything like that. With the mask situation, I always get it where it rubs away on the tip of my nose. But even then, like when you're wearing masks all day, that's still pretty impressive in my opinion, and it didn't dry my skin out. It didn't make my skin too oily, even though it left like a glowy cast. In terms of blemishes, so like I said, green cast to help cancel out any redness on your skin. My skin, when I started out using this product, wasn't too bad. I was getting like a couple of spots. Like, if I took my makeup off now, you can see I've got quite a few like spot scars around my chin here. I also get spots on my cheeks here and also on my jawline, which I think is due to the masks as well as hormones. I don't know, I'm just a sensitive gal. Like, I'm a Cancer. It is what it is. But yeah, since I've been using this product, because when I use a primer and I'm like testing out for a video, I will specifically, exclusively only use said primer. So I've only been using this one for the past couple of weeks. And I have to say, I have not had one spot, like new spot, since I used this, which is incredible because normally I'll get like maybe 1 or 2. Nothing. I have nothing, which in my opinion is pretty mental considering, like, TMI, I have been through like 1.5 cycles of menstruation. But you know what? No, this is my channel. Yeah, I went through 1.5 menstrual cycles and I haven't had one spot. Normally I'll get them like on my jawline just because that is where the hormonal acne comes from, and I used to suffer really badly from that. I'll always get like 1 or 2, or at least like a cystic spot underneath my skin. I haven't had that whatsoever. Literally mental. What the heck? So happy. This formula has things in it like salicylic acid. It also has zinc in there, as well as a thing I can't pronounce, which I'm gonna look up right now to make sure you have all the deets. So yeah, it's got 1.8% salicylic acid, which helps prevent the development of future breakouts and helps reduce redness. Zinc helps reduce inflammation, and kaolin, K-O-A-L-I-N, helps control oil and draws out imperfections. So yeah, basically this formula is designed to help stop breakouts that are kind of like brewing on your skin, as well as calm down the ones you already have. It's supposed to help kind of hydrate your skin, smooth out your pores, and just stop your skin being so angry. Is basically the gist of this product. In terms of the kaolin, I think that's, I don't know. In terms of that ingredient within the formula, I found for me personally, it didn't change the amount of oils that were coming out of my skin that I was used to throughout the day any more or less than anything else I've used recently. It did a good job, like, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't, oh my god, this is groundbreaking for me. It wasn't really like that. It did really help with all the other aspects, which is why I would probably keep using this. For somebody that maybe has a less oilier skin type, this might work wonders for you. So yeah, kept my makeup in place. Application was really nice and smooth. It did not break me out. I had no problems with it. It was very consistent, as in my skin like didn't get used to it and then just like fight it off. I've had like very consistent results with this. Also, the product lasts like a hella long time. As I said, I've been using this since the end of May. Still tons of product left in there. As I said, there's a hole in there from where I scraped it the first time. That was like nearly 2 months ago. You really don't need a lot of this either. Do a swirl of your brush and just evenly distribute it onto your face. I tend to put more in my problem areas, so around my nose, forehead, chin, you got the gist. Then I just use whatever's left to kind of go over my cheeks and stuff like that. underneath on my jawline and just kind of like around my eyes and stuff. So yeah, that's basically everything that I have to say about this product. If you do have any questions about it that maybe I haven't answered properly for you, or something that I haven't thought of, leave them down in the comments below. I would love to help you guys out if you are interested in testing this. Of course, I will leave links in the description to this product in case you want to try it out for yourself. And I'll also leave links to my social media. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on those: Instagram, Twitter, and my TikTok. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn your notifications on to be told every time I post, because sometimes YouTube just doesn't wanna. If you turned your notifications on and you're still worried that you might miss something, then head over to my Instagram and give that a follow, because I always post on my story when I upload. So yeah, that is it for this week's video, testing out the e.l.f. Blemish Fighting Putty Primer. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you again next time for another video. Bye guys!